At this point, let me turn on the mic because I'm hosting another live and I'm going to be a menace. I don't think it was a good idea for us to have the candy bag on there, but it's to each their own, I guess. Can you load YouTube things? It's not gonna load. It's gonna be like, no, you can't post the socials because you're lame and you're stupid. And I'm like, okay. Oh, okay, there it is.
Yay, technology.
We love technology. Are you kidding me? Okay. Yay, share. But no, we did a live on Monday, which is our normal live, and then we did our live yesterday, which I was not on because I was working. Yay. Okay. Doo-ba-doo. It's posted on Twitter first, please, because that's easy. Twitter post. I know it's called X, but I really don't give a fuck. Should I put music for the Instagram one?
You could.
Okay, we're gonna have to find a song. What do you think that we can find on Instagram?
I was gonna say the Twisted Wonderland song,
If
but
we
it's
could,
not going
it's
to be
not
on
gonna
there.
be there. You have to get lucky. You can't get any. They used someone
Do like a Disney song.
Disney song. Okay, let's
A
find.
Disney song.
Let's do something from Hunchback because.
Like fire, hellfire.
There's fire in my skin. Oh, that's copyrighted. Sorry, that's all you get, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I am posting it. Okay, we can get some lo-fi up in there. Why not? Okay, it's uploading. I'm gonna send it to the people on the Discords and on the Twisty Boys too, because
Twisty
I was
Boys.
like, I told them to watch it.
Is it a link?
Yeah.
Do you have Bryce's number?
No.
Damn. Send me the link and I'll send it to
posted.
Bryce.
Okay. Cool beans. Sorry, we're posting things on socials before we actually start in like 8 minutes. Because I was literally telling people that. I was like, we're bullshitting for the first 10 minutes.
Yay!
Yay, Phanatic. Okay. Do. Deep. Okay. Boom. Do. Go back to Twitter real quick. I forgot to put hashtags because I'm awful like that. Go watch the live, lol. Twisted Wonderland, Glorious Masquerade. I just finished the Loki season finale, and holy crap, that was wild. And I was right, and I'm so happy that I was right.
Nice.
Because I like it when I'm right sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong. But like sometimes feeling like being right is cool. Please. Go watch the live, please. Hashtags. There we go. Okay. Cool. Anyways. Yeah. Hello. But like not too much happened. But like not too much happened today besides that one awesome thing. But people were like, how are you gonna celebrate? And I was like, oh, I don't know, probably just hang out with my friend tonight. I don't know yet. Woot. Unfortunately, guys, we don't have alcohol. I don't think it would be a good idea for us to have alcohol. That's why we have water.
Considering I drank yesterday and am going to the bar with my classmates tomorrow.
I think this is a good day
this is a good day to not be drinking.
Probably. But
don't worry, we're legal. I promise.
Trust me, we are over the age of 21. Exactly.
I was like, we're not over the age of 21. We are 21.
We are 21, but it counts for something. Let me live. Let me live. Okay. It's up. Should I post it on TikTok as well?
Let's do what you want to do, man.
Cool. I'm gonna post it on Twitter first. Oh, I was watching a cat video of all things.
How do I get it to post on my regular Instagram story?
Oh, I didn't tag you on the regular.
I know. Why. You tagged me on the other one, so is that why I can't do it?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If I could, I would, but unfortunately, I cannot.
He's okay.
No.
There it is.
Still Disney, though.
Aw.
Unfortunately, it is Disney music. So unfortunately, we can't be blasting the Glorious Masquerade music or just any Disney music in general.
Really?
Because Disney's heavily copyrighted.
I didn't know that.
Now you know. Now you know. Okay, we got 5 minutes until we start. Okay, I just posted it. Well, I'm posting it right now, so let's hope it actually goes live.
Coolio.
Yeah, what else? But no. Like this weekend, I'm basically off the entire weekend unless I decide to work Sunday morning. So.
Nice. I have so much homework to do.
And then you were like, let's go over to Richter's house. Let's go have fun.
Our teacher made us sing in front of the class today.
Oh.
We took a Disney song and we had to make it into like a diagnosis, right? And so I have a recording of it, but
let's not play that right now.
Yeah, we're good. But each group basically got like a random disease, and then we had to make a song that was about this disease without saying what the disease was, and then the rest of the class was supposed to guess based on like the signs and symptoms and like the tools that were used to diagnose it.
Intriguing.
It was weird.
Intriguing. I'm intrigued, but we're not listening to that right now.
Your little thing turned off.
Ah, crap. Okay, hold on. I'm coming back. Oopsies. My bad. I keep forgetting that. I'm like posting on all the socials right now. So, woohoo! Yay! Because I have to do all the social media for the podcast. So anytime you see some like random picture of like say from this game or from like any meme that I have, it's mostly just me.
Aww.
Because technically Crypt is supposed to be my backup for socials, but he's kind of old. He doesn't know how to do socials.
That's so mean.
It's fine. We joke about it all the time, and I was like, let me send you a video on how to post a story on Instagram.
Oh.
He never posts a link, so people are like, what is happening? And I'm like, okay. I'll go back and play. Go watch it now. Yay. We're bullshitting for the next 3 minutes.
I'm playing with slime.
I'm also playing with slime. That's our job.
I mean,
it's not our job.
It's not our day jobs.
It's not our day jobs, but I wish it was our day job.
No, we're customer service suffering.
Why am I playing music with something that already has music? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a long day. I've been up since like 9 a.m. I know you've been up longer.
Not today, I haven't.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Was I up longer than you?
Yeah. Class didn't start till 11 today.
Oh, lucky bastard.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard. Let's see what Chris posted. Throw back to November. I don't have anything. I do not have anything because Heroes and Villains has like some cool things.
This heart's broken. Like mine.
Mood. Mood sometimes.
Mood, but not right now because you are content.
Yeah. As long as no one ruins it, I think we're good. So, yeah. You want to hear something funny that happened on Halloween? So, Chris came over, right?
Yeah.
And he left because he had a long day and he just wanted to go home and sleep. And I was like, I get it. So he accidentally stepped on a cactus.
Oh!
Don't worry, audience. He only had one prick, but it still sucked.
Ouchies.
Still sucked butts.
My brother sat on a cactus when he was a kid.
Mood. Just kidding. One time I was at a hotel with my cousins and my family, and we were chasing each other, and I accidentally like hit my foot on a cactus. So like say this was like a cactus right here, like my finger. I'm like,
ow!
It sucked. Ooh, less than a minute. Let's go. I wish we could play music, but unfortunately for copyright reasons, we cannot play music. Sorry guys, I wish I could. If I could, I would.
You just gotta deal with our crappy voices.
I know, but like you guys are kind of used to this already. I hosted the Castlevania one. Not Austin. I did. Not that damn brick. I did.
Aww.
That was technically my third. This is my third time hosting something on the podcast. So, 10, 9,
Oh God.
8,
8,
7, 5,
4,
3, 2, 1. Okay, hello, audience. Welcome to a special episode of the Comic Phanatic Pod, or if you are cultured, the Comic Fantic Pod. Tonight, I am your host. I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim. Pronouns are they, he, and I have a special guest with me, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Ash, also known as Trashly Koss. Pronouns she, her.
Cool. So tonight, if you are cultured enough to know what we are dressed up as in this lovely drawing that I did in like 2 days.
Twisted Wonderland!
Twisted Wonderland! Specifically, the Glorious Masquerade, because that's why we are here today. And it is kind of hot in my room, so I'm turning on the AC before we start anything.
Okay.
Woo! Anyways, hello. So we're going to just talk about the gist of what happened in the event, and then we're just going to go from there. I think that will work today.
All right, that's fair.
Cool. Okay. So basically, if you don't know what Twisted Wonderland is, it is a mobile game released by from Disney Japan.
Yeah.
Back in 2020, but we didn't get it until 2021. So I've had this game for like 2021, 2022 roughly.
The English server is roughly a year behind the Japanese server. So this event has technically been out for a year, but only recently did the American servers get it.
Yes. So basically, I like how I describe this game is you take a whole bunch of Disney villains and Disney villain adjacent characters, and you make them into pretty anime boys. You put them in a school with a bunch of different dorms. Unfortunately, it is kind of like Harry Potter, but this is way better than Harry Potter.
The dorms are very Harry Potter-like.
Yeah. You're not going to need to know the names of the dorms if you don't want to, but if you Google it, it's going to be there for you.
Each of the dorms is based off of one of the specific Disney villains, like Ursula, Jafar, Queen of Hearts,
Maleficent, Hades, and Evil Queen.
And Evil Queen, yeah.
AKA Grimhild, because I know my names, apparently. Yeah, her name's Grimhild.
Okay.
This is a German story. The fact that Rook is French is bothering me. Anyways, so that's basically the gist of what the game is. No, it is not an otome game. You cannot date anyone, but Malleus is on a different breed. So
I really wish you could date the character.
I know, but unfortunately it is an action adventure game mixed with a rhythm game aspect in there somewhere. But it is a gacha hell game, so just letting you know now.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to spend some in-game, maybe out of game currency, but not at the moment.
I haven't spent a single real life dollar on that game, and I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah, well, not everyone's like you. Not everyone is like you.
I have the best luck with this game, like no joke. I get all of the good character cards with so little being spent on them. Like gacha hell, sure, but when your luck is good, it's gacha paradise, man.
I'm all right. I'm not great, but I'm not awful either. Depending on if I get the same 3 cards over and again, it's gonna bother me for all of eternity. But that's okay. Anyways, let's start off with actually explaining what the event is about.
All right, cool.
So I'm just gonna start off by saying this is probably, if not the longest event so far in this game.
Yeah, it had quite a few chapters.
It had 5 books in total, around 15 to 19 chapters each, which that's pretty long, but since we basically binged it
like in a day.
I binged 2.5 books in a day.
Basically, this event was out for weeks, but Richter and I guess we're just too busy until the last minute. We were at a convention and we were like, oh crap, it ends tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, it's gonna end like later this month. No, it ended on the 6th. Like the main gameplay ended on the 6th, but you can still like try to get some of the pulls and everything.
The character banners were up for a little bit longer, but
and then the shop is still up for a while as well to the end of the month.
Oh, I gotta.
I'm gonna spend my masks.
Yeah, I gotta do that too.
And that's not as important as the cards, but that's
for
okay.
Sure.
But that's okay. We're fine.
But basically, this event is
long.
And it's based off of like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Sorry if I pronounced that weird. Apparently,
it's all good. It's all good. Anyways, let's actually start off with the plot. So we're gonna start off with book 1. So basically, Crowley is like, "Hey, we're gonna have our normal Halloween party. However, there's gonna be a special event at another city, Fleur City, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not French. Why the fuck would I care? Anyways, so a certain group of students are able to go, which is going off of an order of each dorm. It was Riddle, Deuce, Ruggy, then Azul, and then both Rook and Epple from Ponfiore.
Jamil as well.
Sorry, Jamil. I love you. I'm sorry for getting you. And then it was Idia, and then it was Malleus, Silver, and Sebek.
Poor Lilia, the only person in the Insomnia that did not get to be a part of
But he got
this
to be in the other event. It's fine, guys. Anyways, so basically they got to go, including our player character, which most people call it YUU, and then Grim, which he's fucking obnoxious.
Little fire cat thing.
He was like, I want to be the great mage, and this is my henchhuman. I'm like, you bitch.
I don't even know what he's based off of, because like all the characters are based off Disney characters.
Something.
But
I think he's completely original. But then also, they need a chaperone. They can't have Crowley go with them. I don't trust Crowley on this. Sorry. So we got Moses Train, who is based off of Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, who, after this event, I was like, I like you a lot more now.
Props to this old man.
We love our old men here, apparently. Lilia and Train. We love them. Fun fact, Train is a teacher while Lilia is a student. Do not ask further questions. We will not be getting into that right now, but I will bother you guys on TikTok and Twitter.
Lilia's like several hundred years old. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's all. Basically, all you need to know is that we'll get to book 7 stuff later. That's not important. Anyways, so basically, they're all got invitations to go, but Malleus was specially requested for this.
He was specifically invited by
the student council leader of Noble Bell College. That's what we're gonna say for right now. We're gonna get the spoilers later.
Okay,
Just letting y'all know, we're gonna say all the spoilers. So
I mean, the event's kind of already over. So if you were looking to play
it's been over
you
like
can't
twice
play
by
it.
this point. Unless you watch someone else play it, not me. I rushed through that like no one's business. Anyways, it's fine. Anyway, so basically, anyone who didn't get to go to Fleur City is staying for the Halloween thing. Which basically, this was our Halloween event for this year. Last year, we got our normal Halloween event. So, yay.
Because they're all basically in costumes anyway. Like, the cards for the characters were very extravagant and beautiful. Like, the outfits on a picture were 2 of the characters, Malleus and Idia.
Which I changed the colors on mine because you guys should know me by now. I was not putting mine in Rook. I'm sorry. I had to put mine in Malleus. It kind of had to.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically... book 1 ends off with that whole group ending up in the city and meeting Rollo Flam, who is based off of Judge Claude Frollo from Hunchback. And you know how like the Disney villains, like the actual Disney villains in the game have like certain titles?
Yeah.
So basically, y'all want to guess? Just kidding, too late. Y'all ain't gonna guess. Claude Frollo is known as the Righteous Judge. Righteous my ass.
Yep.
Righteous my gay ass. Anyways, so basically Rollo shows our group around the school and everything. And shows them like the courtyard, the lecture hall, the Bell of Solace.
Which is like their magical artifact.
Magical bell thing.
It's basically full of magic power, and it's like the standing like proud amenity of this college.
Yeah, even when you look at the logo for this event, you see the bell. That's like a main part of it. You have the bell, you have the Glorious Masquerade, and then you have like a couple other stuff which we'll get into later. So basically that's how book 1 ends off. So it basically ends off with us, like everyone breaking off into 3 different groups. So you have Malleus's group, you have Idia's group, and then you have Azul's group. Do you remember who exactly was in each group? I remember Riddle, Jamil, and Sebek were all in one group at the same time.
And I think that was the group that was with
Azul? No.
No.
Idia.
It was with Idia.
It was Idia. Sorry. And then Azul had Apple, Silver,
And Deuce?
I think it was Deuce. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I have to scroll up real quick with all of my freaking screenshots. See, I knew taking the screenshots were gonna help me in the long term.
I did not take screenshots.
I did, because I am a genius. Just kidding, I'm not that much of a genius, but it's fine. It's okay.
I took a single screenshot of me winning the Malleus card.
Yes.
From the gotcha. That was about it.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so I think it was Malleus, Riddle, Jamil, Sebek. That's one of the groups I got because I got the Riddle card not long after.
Oh, yeah.
And then Idia had Silver, Rook, Ruggy, and so Train and our player character and Grim were along with that. And then everyone else was with Azul. So
basically the groups were randomly assigned.
Yeah, kind of. It was known as Group 1, Group A, and like Group Star or Team Star or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, great naming conventions, guys. We love that for you.
At least I think it was Edia's group that was Team Star or whatever had an actual name.
I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but that's what I remember the group names being. I don't remember who got assigned to which.
Yeah.
But so basically, just letting you guys know, you're gonna have to take a shit ton of lessons for this.
Oh, like hundreds. Like it sucks.
Oh, hi Jake. Anyway, yeah, he's one of our co-stars on here.
Oh, okay.
So basically, yeah, you're gonna have to take a crap ton of lessons. And book 1 is not as bad, but once you get to book 2, you not only have to take history lessons, but also flying and alchemy lessons.
Book 1 though had 150 straight lessons.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the consistent of all of them. With all of them, you have to take at least like 100 lessons each.
It was terrible.
It was awful. You know how much like in-game currency I spent?
Especially because
Star Shards?
Yeah, right. Especially because Richter and I binged it. So obviously we didn't have like a few days for our energy to replenish in the game. So we spent so much in-game replenishing material.
Once I got the card, like the main card I wanted, I just started spending gems.
Really?
Yeah, I started spending gems in this because, like, obviously I spent more to get star shards, but at the same time I was like, I don't want to waste all my star shards right now. But
I have hundreds of star shards, so that was not a problem.
Well, you play like every day.
Yeah,
so.
I play more than Richter. I'm already a flat level 80, which is the max level.
I'm working on it. I think I'm like almost at like level 40, but that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not important. I basically maxed out Riddle's Glorious Masquerade cards, like level wise.
Okay, yeah.
So like level 40, because you can't get them in the polls.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
I've already maxed my Glorious Masquerade Malleus card.
I'm working on it.
I just need to finish his spells. I've maxed his story. I've maxed his level.
His vignettes.
Yep, he's been groovified. Like
yeah, I groovified mine too. But going back to it, basically for each of the groups in the second book, because we are now in the second book, basically you follow Malleus's group with like their stuff. You know, it's mostly just going around the town, looking at all the amenities, trying foods, like buying souvenirs and stuff.
They tell you about little
tidbits,
like each little thing about the the town. There was like a necklace that was like a dream catcher that had like,
and then the
handkerchief that exploded like confetti and fireworks.
And then I think that was funny when like Rolo was showing one of the groups that Silver was like, get down. That was so sweet of him. But also like during this, you find out that Train actually came to this city with his wife and for like a honeymoon. I was like, that's so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, he is single. His wife did pass away.
He's basically married to his cat.
Okay, and he also has 2 daughters, so if you want to be a step parent.
He's not even attractive. Like, in my opinion,
he's a DILF. What are you talking about? He is a DILF. He is a DILF, guys. Don't let this human tell you otherwise.
Fine.
But no, Sam top tier.
Oh,
Sam top tier. Top tier.
Yep. And dear God, what is
Ashton Vargas?
No, the other one.
Divas.
Thank you.
Everyone
Cruella DeVille.
Yeah, everyone simps over him, but I'm like, Sam's right there, and he's super tall too. He's the tallest out of all of them. And I don't like Crowley that much, but
he's kind of weird.
To each their own, I guess. Anyways, going back to the actual plot. Anyways, so when you're taking lessons, not lessons, when you're in each of like the groups, Rolo does come in here and there to like be like, oh yeah, here's what you can do here, here's what you can do there. But you can see something sinister brewing up. So every time it's like sometimes he mumbles to himself in his handkerchief, which looks like the same little piece of like handkerchief fabric thing that Esmeralda was rocking in the movie.
Yeah, because Frollo in the movie actually takes that handkerchief
and keeps it for himself.
Yes, and
because he's weird.
He's weird and creepy.
He's weird and creepy, but besides the point. So you can hear him like mumbling, not really hear, but you can see him mumbling to himself. Basically, and sometimes other characters, especially Malleus, was like, "What did you say?" And he was like, "Oh, nothing, not important. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "That's kind of suspicious, my guy." But like, I'm just saying, you know who's the real MVP? Not getting into spoilers, but the real MVP of this was Idia. But we'll circle back.
Oh,
we'll circle back around to all of that.
The little introvert who basically did not want to be there at all whatsoever, and was like, "Please, I want to go home." The entire time.
He's like, "Where's Ortho?" But anyways, we'll circle back around to that later. But basically, it ends with all of them meeting up at this one square, watching like a performance. And this is
Topsy Turvy Festival.
Yes. So that's basically where book 2 ends and where book 3 starts. This is where shit starts to hit the fan.
It does get a little messy.
Starts.
Yeah.
Not where it fully hits the fan, but where it starts to hit the fan. Shit hits the fan. Anyways, so it's mostly just, we're just gonna watch this performance. We're gonna boost Grimm's ego. Why not? It's not a crime, I guess. But finding the seating positions for everyone was so funny because everybody was like, I want to sit next to Malleus.
They were fighting over who would get to sit next to Malleus at a specific table with you and Grimm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do have a couple screenshots here and there, but playing this, like, especially book 2 and 3, I was like, Sebek, you're adorable.
He's like a little puppy, you know? But basically there's this, like, festival starting to go around in the background, and it's called Topsy Turvy Festival, and it's got, you know, people on stilts that are kind of dancing around, a little bit of magic, not a whole lot, a little bit of fireworks. They use the little handkerchiefs and that kind of stuff.
Nothing too crazy until Grimm pulls up.
Right, and so Grimm starts shooting off fireworks, and the townsfolk end up really liking it. So all of the students,
especially from Night Raven College, but we do get some Royal Sword Academy kids.
Chenya and
Nij,
yes.
Yeah, fuck you, Nij.
But they start shooting off all these fireworks, especially Malleus. He's having a really fun time.
And Rolo is
He is beyond annoyed. He's mumbling to himself, you know. You could obviously it doesn't show up, but you just imagine him rolling his eyes, like, so annoyed right now.
He's like, you damn mages, and all this other stuff. Like, I have like a lot of screenshots from this event, and I can actually, if I can find them, then I'll definitely be posting them on Twitter later. Because I have occasionally been posting on Twitter about this while playing, and that's why I have all the screenshots so I can post it and keep people updated.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But like, yeah, no, I have several screenshots of just Rolo just like mumbling to himself, and people were like, "What?" And he's like, "What?" So, yeah. So basically, this book ends off in the lecture hall. Everyone is there, right? Well, first we have to end up in the waterways because that is actually important to the plot. Where Train was talking about some of the stuff that was happening in the waterways.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. So we have that little bit in the waterways for a bit, and then everyone goes to the thing.
It's like little tunnels underneath like bridges, and it's like a canal with like a bridge that goes over it, and it's like a dark little tunnel.
Yeah.
To kind of explain that a little more.
Yeah, and that actually becomes important to the plot later. So just remember that. So basically, this book ends off with everyone who attended, including some of the Noble Bell Academy students, in the lecture hall. And then all of a sudden, these flowers start showing up. And then people start, like, fainting.
There are these, like, bright red flowers.
Kind of fire-like.
Kind of fire-looking. Nobody at the moment really knows what they are. They just notice that they kind of, like, came up
out
from
of nowhere.
right? And people all of a sudden feel tired, or they're fainting. I don't want to say like the weaker students, but like none of the Night Raven College students had like passed out.
No, because they're main characters. That's why they live.
Not that the other guys died. They did not.
And this is when we find out that Rolo is like kind of batshit crazy right now. And basically the floor opens up and our player character and a couple other people like are falling through the hole, and Malleus goes to get like to hold on to us to make sure we're okay.
Basically, Rolo is on top on like a balcony watching the chaos, and he makes direct eye contact and talks with the player characters as he drops them below.
Yeah. And so that's where book 3 ends. Book 4 is really where shit hits the fan, because this is a really battle heavy book. Like this is a very battle heavy event, especially in the last 2 books. Because keep in mind, there's only 2 twist tunes. One of them was in book 3 and one of them was in book 5. Just keep talking. Hold on. Keep talking.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the people drop down into the waterways, and that's when they start to notice even more of the fire lotuses.
Yeah, that's what they're called, by the way.
Right, they're called the fire lotuses. They're an ancient flower, and they had to kind of talk it out with Professor Train and Malleus to like figure out specifically what this flower was. But it's an ancient flower that had gone extinct for a really long time.
And by the way, basically these flowers absorb magic, so no matter what happens, magic is just going to be hit. And just to let y'all know, Nij and Chenya do pass out from these fire lotuses because they were trying to help some of the other students, including the Night Raven College students. That was back in book 3.
They save us, actually.
Yeah, they're the reason why we don't die. But anyways, back to the fire lotuses. So their first thought was, oh, we got to start weeding.
Because they can't use magic, because the magic just gets absorbed by the flowers, makes them more exhausted, and makes the flowers stronger.
Yeah. So that was like their best bet for a while. And keep in mind, Train was getting exhausted because he's an old man. He's like, my body don't work like it used to. And I'm like,
he ends up with back problems throughout the whole rest of the book, where he's like, man, my back's so stiff. Like,
I mean, yeah, you're an old man. Of course you are. But no, basically, they kind of have to like, over time, the group started getting smaller and smaller. So our player character and Grim stay with Train to like make sure that he doesn't get consumed, because we don't have magic.
Yeah, the player character doesn't have magic, so
we got isekai.
The flowers are not a threat to them, and so Train couldn't go with the rest of the group, so we volunteered to stay back, right, as the player.
And so it first starts off where we're in the square and where the statue of of Frollo is.
The freaking righteous judge.
Righteous judge. Well, where's the kindly bell ringer? Where's his statue? Where's Quasimodo's statue? Anyways, so we see a whole bunch of flowers. So Riddle and Apple decide to stay and fly up on like brooms or whatever to help like expel the things. So, and then everyone moves on.
So at this point, they have figured out what is gonna be the best way to rid themselves of the flowers.
Yeah, because Malleus got really pissed off at Rolo basically tricking him to be
right, because Malleus, if you know from the rest of the game, never gets invited to anything, and he always gets forgotten. So the fact that he was invited personally to this event meant so much to him. And so being tricked, he kind of had a bit of a meltdown, and he shot off so much magical power
that it basically wilted all of these.
It wilted the flowers.
In the area. Basically, he didn't have that much of a meltdown where he overblooded, but it still was a lot of magical power that he used.
Right, and so Apple actually is the one who figured out what happened to the flowers, called root rot or something of the matter.
Yeah, Apple, because he worked on an orchard. Because he's a country boy.
Right, and basically what it is when you give a flower or a plant too much nutrition, it wilts and dies. So by giving the flower as much as it likes magic, by giving it too much magic, it kills it. Mm-hmm. And so what they figured out at this moment is when the fire lotuses first showed up, the bell of Solace, their magical artifact,
rang for a 4th time.
Rang for an extra time that day. So they figured out that that's what brought the flowers to life, and that if they rang it again, it would overwhelm the flowers with magic and kill them.
So that's why they all have to go up as much.
So they're treading through the school to get back to that bell tower.
So yeah. So
which is why like everybody starts to stay behind to fight off the fire lotuses in each different area of the school.
Yeah, so going back to the square, to like the school square or whatever, on the courtyard. So basically Riddle and Apple stay behind, technically second, but first for this case.
Mm-hmm.
So basically they're trying to like expel all like the lotuses. But then Riddle starts to get a bit weakened. So Apple uses his signature spell to basically encapsulate him and put him to sleep so that the fire lotuses won't hurt him.
Which really makes Riddle like
pissed.
Mad.
But like it kind of works.
But basically they're trying to carve a path for the rest of the group to get through there and into the next area.
Which is the lecture hall that got destroyed.
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh.
No, they go back through another courtyard and they end up leaving behind Jamil and Ruggy.
Oh, Ruggy because
which
they made a genius freaking idea where they were going to use basically human shields.
They're so nefarious. They're great. Basically, Ruggy starts off by saying like, "Oh, I'm sorry you're stuck with me back here. Bet you would have been with someone else." And Jamil's like, "I'm actually glad I'm with you because you're the only person that would do dirty tricks with me."
We're like, "Yeah, let's go!"
So these two basically run around the campus while the fire lotuses chase them, and they basically
use human shields,
right?
As of the Noble Bell College students. Basically, to have the lotuses deal with them while they can get away.
They keep running.
Basically, Ruggy uses his ability, like his signature spell, while Jamil uses his mind control, basically, to basically make them fight the lotuses, which was a genius idea if you're trying to get away from these magic sucking.
Basically, because the flowers will go to wherever the closest source of magic is at, or the most strong source of magic. So if there's something else that's full of magic there for them to focus on, the flowers will focus on that and you can get away.
Yeah. So that's what they basically did. And so now we cut back to the lecture hall where basically the like we have the rest of whatever group we have, which was Idia, Malleus, and Azul, sorry.
Sebek
Silver, Deuce, and Rook. Keep those last two in mind, by audience.
Yes.
So basically, the chandelier is so overrun by flowers that it basically falls, and Deuce does the right thing and basically blocks Idia from the thing, because he's a good boy.
Right. He protects Idia from the falling chandelier, but as a result,
he sprained his ankle.
Yes, he ends up getting hurt.
So Rook offers to stay behind and help him in any way that he
can. Actually, Idia offers to stay behind first because he felt bad.
And also he didn't want to go any further.
He didn't want to run anymore. That was his excuse of not running anymore. But then Rook comes out with this massive, overjoyed, I'm going to be the one to stay behind. Thanks for everyone's help. And then Idia's just in the corner and he's like, I can't. He's like, I can't overtop that. I'm going to have to run again.
Damn it. So, yeah, he was like, God damn it, Rook, I hate you and your giant presence.
Honestly,
And if it was Vil instead of Rook, Idia would have stayed behind. We know that for sure. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm kind of curious on what some of the other students' fits would have been if they weren't part of this, but people have speculated online already. But going back to it, yeah.
A big thing to keep note of this part of the book is they don't tell us what is said, but Azul goes and speaks to Deuce.
Oh, yeah.
And whispers to him, and we don't know what is said.
But keep it in mind.
But that is something that does come back up.
So keep that in mind for later. It will come into relevance in a moment. Anyways, we're running with the main three, which is Idia, Azul, and Malleus, and Silver and Sebek. They're starting to go up the bell tower.
Yes.
So basically, they're able to make up a decent distance before Silver and Sebek have to stay behind to protect Malleus any way they can, because they're great soldiers. They're great guardsmen. We love them in this house. I don't care what anyone says. Sebek and Silver are great.
And they end up having a bet or a competition.
Oh yeah, competition to see who gets rid of the most flowers. I love them so much. I love practically every character in this book for in this game for their own reasons. Even if I don't like as many some characters as much as others, but
everyone has their good moments, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But anyways, so we get to the top. Well, we get almost to the top of the bell tower where in book 1 we are introduced to Rollo introduces us to a gargoyle.
Oh yeah, and Malleus is obsessed with
gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
He at Night Raven College, he started the Gargoyle Research Club, where he's the only member.
He is indeed the only member.
I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm not that interested in gargoyles.
And at the beginning, he didn't realize that the gargoyles on this tower were gargoyles, so he, like, insulted them, and he was like, they don't have a water spout, they're not gargoyles. And he, like, made a big fuss about it.
Because he's a major fan of gargoyles. I like to think that a lot of people in this game are some flavor of neurodivergent, especially Malleus and Sebek like from what I gather.
All of Diasomnia, in my opinion.
In some way, shape, or form, yes.
And definitely Edia.
Oh, yeah, definitely Edia. Yeah. Who else would be? I think maybe Riddle.
Yeah.
But that's also partial abuse.
Oh,
God.
God.
Let me adopt the baby boy, please.
But essentially this gargoyle can speak, and it is like a magical being, and
which Malleus was over the moon,
like silent, jaw dropped, to the point where the gargoyle's like, are you good? And he's like, sorry, I was just
in awe,
shocked.
I was like, oh my god. But basically another way that Malleus got to that even more was when the gargoyle gave them nicknames.
Yes, he nicknamed Malleus Mal, which, oh joy, like the Descendants movie.
Oh god.
Edia was ID.
I can't remember.
I can't remember his own.
I think it was Az or something like that. That would make the most sense in my personal opinion. I can't remember off the top of my head, unfortunately. I can look through all the screenshots I want, but I was kind of rushing through this book, so sorry.
But the gargoyle was super upset because he was the only one still left. All of his buddies had already lost their magic, basically turning them into regular gargoyles once again.
And also, the gargoyle wants us to not give Rollo such harsh treatment once.
Yes, because Rollo's at the top of this bell tower, and Rollo, I guess, used to spend a lot of time at the top of the bell tower and take care of the gargoyles, even though I don't think he knew that they were alive.
I don't remember.
And that kind of thing. But the gargoyle was more worried about Rollo than he was worried about himself, in all honesty.
Yeah, which is kind of sweet if you think about it.
For sure. And then, so this gargoyle ends up, losing his magic. And
because of the fire lotuses. And basically the gargoyle was able to show our trio a way to the top of the bell tower because there was no other way at the moment. There's no stairs.
Right.
Before he lost his magic, but
as they were climbing these stairs, though, the fire lotuses started to catch up against them. And if you remember, we mentioned a handkerchief at the beginning of our talk where they would find these are like kids' toys. It was like a handkerchief that could spew out some confetti and a little bit of fireworks.
With like a tiny bit of magic.
Just like a little bit of magic. Well, Edia
bought one.
He bought one and he threw it down on the ground.
But he modified it.
Well, so it exploded massively and everybody's like, what the hell? I thought this was a kid's toy. And he's like, well,
I'm gonna modify it.
Quite a bit. Because everybody was like, oh my god, they give these to children. Silver bought some of these to give to Lilia.
To his father.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't know that Lilia is Silver's father, but too late, I guess.
I'm not the one who said that. You are. That's why
you said it too.
No, I didn't. I said to give it to Lilia.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. You alleged it. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. They'll explain it all in book 7, which book 7, the first chapter of book 7 is coming out this month. Which we're getting the 7th card pull, by the way, as well.
Dang, okay.
I know. The struggle do be real. But anyways, going back to it.
But this magic, this exploding handkerchief was used as another, detour for the flowers.
So that they can get to the top of the bell tower.
Right. And then, obviously, they get up to the top of the bell tower, and who's waiting for them?
Rollo Flam.
Freaking psychopath.
Why did they do that?
Over here doing the Radio Rebel hair behind the ear move.
Anyways, Rollo is kind of peeved off, but he's like, oh, I was kind of assuming that you were gonna pull up, I guess.
Especially Malleus.
Especially you, Malleus.
Because, Rollo invited Malleus personally, knowing that Malleus was one of the strongest mages and
all of Twisted Wonderland,
and an upcoming prince, and Rollo, hates mages.
Hates
That's
mages.
the whole thing. Is he wants to take away people's magic.
Yeah, which we do get an explanation for
in a little bit
in book 5, but technically we got it even earlier because remember, the squad that were still left went into the club room, the student council room.
Oh.
And they found a special brick that wasn't charred or anything. So they take it out. Idiot with this like sly little grin was like, ooh.
They read his diary.
They read Rollo's diary and they find out why Rollo wants to take away people's magic. Which, going back to now, we are now in book 5, by the way, after a bajillion battles and a bajillion lessons.
So many lessons.
And so many battles. Oh my god, dude, don't get me started.
Basically, we fought so many of they were like lotuses in
cloaks.
They were like walking
in rows.
Flowers.
Wizards. Anyways, I forgot like the whole little thing, but don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah. So basically, Idiot's just calling out Rollo at this point. He's
roasting him.
So like Idiot's like, oh yeah, the reason why I want to take everyone's powers away is because your brother died, right? He wanted to be a mage, right? Oh, okay, cool. You nerd.
Basically like hitting him where it hurts in the sassiest way possible.
Dude, and you know that I saw this one video on TikTok where it was, that one scene from Barbie Princess and the Pauper where it was like, I'm just like you.
Oh yeah.
It was like that, but with Idia and Rollo, because they basically had very similar experiences. Spoilers for book 6 of the main game. We find out that Idia lost Ortho when they were both pretty young, and the way that Idia coped with it was making a robot version of his younger brother.
Yeah.
So that's the Ortho that we know and love. We don't know human-ish. Ortho.
Ish.
They have fire hair. Like,
yeah.
Come on. Idia has fire hair. Do you think if we poured water on it, you would go bald?
Oh, probably. I don't know.
I was actually tempted to give you fire hair, but then I was like, I don't think that will work out. But
aw, yeah, because my character in the picture is dressed in Idia's outfit for the game.
But no, going back to it, like Idia was like roasting the shit out of it, being like, "You're stupid. Like you're really doing this? Not even I did that. Like,
yeah,
come on, man.
Like kind of freaking out over because basically Rollo freaked out over magic. Because essentially, magic is what took his little brother.
No, I think it was his older brother.
Older brother?
I think it was brother, regardless.
A brother, basically, who manifested his magic as a kid, and then was playing with it, and he used too much of it,
and then
he
passed away.
Yes, I think he caught on fire.
I think either overblotted or accidentally or caught too much. Okay, that was weird. Anyways, I think that was cryptid. Besides the point. So he passed away due to magic. Keep in mind, basically, Azul and Idia are trying to keep Malleus from going fucking ham.
Right, because Malleus is like
pissed,
ready to beat the crap out of this guy.
Like, no magic. I don't need no magic.
Square up.
Rated E for you. But like, so basically, that's when like the final battle starts with Rollo. And basically, he's kind of normal at first, He's like in his normal form with his like staff and everything. Oh, what's up? What's up, Vince? Vince is here.
Hi, Vince.
Hey, we love you.
I can't read the screen from here, but it's fine.
Vince says, "Hey, pal, sending one support."
Woohoo!
Yeah. Anyways, so basically, he starts out pretty normal, but then. He turns into a fire guy.
Well, so at first, what happens before the fire actually is when we talked about how Azul had spoken to Deuce. What happened was that Rollo wanted to, so he shot off a big like bout of magic towards the group of people,
to the trio, yes.
And Azul jumps in front, and it basically. Reflects off of Azul and back into Rollo.
Yeah.
Which is
Deuce's signature spell.
Right. So what Azul had asked of Deuce was to make a contract with him, which props to Deuce because Azul is shady as hell.
And plus, this wasn't the first time that Azul and Deuce made a contract together
Like,
because in
tricked
book
him.
3.
Right.
But this time it wasn't actually a trick because
But he didn't know that. But he chose to put his trust in Azul and let
especially
him
in this dire situation where they
Right.
can all die.
and let him take his signature spell to use as like a game changer, like
Yeah,
a big
like-
Uno reverse card in your
Whoop!
face.
For real, because that's not Azul's like signature spell. It was the contracts, right?
Yeah, Azul's signature spell is the contract. I don't remember what Azul gave Deuce in return, but what Azul got from it was Deuce's signature spell.
Yeah. Well, I think it was just he will get it back after this whole bullshit went down.
Maybe.
I don't remember exactly off the top of my
But-
head, but we can look it up later.
But basically, it was a massive amount of magic. It doubled and it went back and it hit Rolo. And everybody's like, cool, the battle's over. This is great.
But
And
wait,
he freaking stands up again. And they're like, how did you survive a blast like that? And because he was also, remember, there's fire lotuses, still around them. And obviously Rolo's a mage too. So, he's got to be losing some of his magic to the flowers, just like everybody
even
else.
though he was the one who had summoned them.
Exactly. But he doesn't care if he loses his own magic.
Because he doesn't want anyone to have magic at this point. So.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, Rolo is like I saw this other video where it's like Rolo saying his sympathetic backstory and he's all crying and then Yu is like, Jesus Christ. Because I know Yu wasn't actually there at the final battle, but like if our character was there, probably would have been like, fucking hell, stop crying.
Shut up,
Shut the hell up.
baby.
For real.
But essentially, this guy starts to throw a temper tantrum
because
because he's on the losing side right now. He's they are trampling his dream of taking people's magic away.
Yeah, he
And
basically
so-
wanted to spread all the fire lotuses throughout Twisted Wonderland.
Right. And so this guy hates magic and he barely uses his own magic, but he goes over here and he uses his signature spell, which turns him into this weird
Fire being.
fire tornado creature thing.
It's pretty cool looking on
It actually was pretty cool.
Especially in chibi form. That was pretty cool too.
And it ended up being a battle where we had to fight the chibi version of that character.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that he really was starting to
Lose
lose
it.
control, because I don't think he, ever wanted to use that spell. And right as he went to cast it, he was like, I'm sorry, this is for a cause. I'll never use this after that or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he never wanted to use it.
In the first place.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a genetic thing that got passed down?
The fire?
Like the spell?
Probably. That's probably what killed the brother, because I vaguely remember them saying he died on fire while the townspeople who had magic just kind of watched it happen. That's why he resents mages so much, because he didn't have the power to save his brother, but other people did and chose not to.
Yeah, which, come on, that's kind of douchey. Like,
That's
there's gotta be
pretty
someone
bad.
who had water magic around, or like a bucket of water somewhere.
Yeah, honestly.
That's kind of douchey. I kind of understand his reasonings, but at the same time, it's kind of stupid the way he's going about it. It's like, have you ever thought of therapy? Like, half of these characters who are overblooded need therapy. Like, most of these characters need therapy.
Honestly,
Especially
yeah.
because of you. Like, how, like, you're lucky that a lot of these characters are rich, because they're gonna need that therapy bill, and that therapy bill is not gonna be cheap.
Nope.
Like, the therapist is gonna need a therapist.
Oh.
Especially, like, our player characters definitely gonna need the freaking therapy if they ever go back to their own world.
Honestly, yeah.
They're not gonna believe it and be like, you're tripping. You need to go to Arkham. Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So you win the battle against Rolo to move on to the next part, right? And basically you kind of you defeat him.
Yeah.
And like
you basically are able to ring the bell a 5th time.
Yes. To wilt all of the flowers.
And everyone's okay.
And you bring people start regaining consciousness, and the gargoyles come back to life and stuff. But Malleus is over here with like a smirk on his face, thinking of like punishments for Rolo. And oddly enough, I find the punishment that they chose to be rather stupid.
Me too. I was
But,
I wasn't the only one.
But Malleus was kind of like, the punishment I've thought of for you is not to like be arrested or, to pay for your crimes, but we're going to tell everybody that you saved us and did not start this fire, and you're going to live with the guilt and knowing that you have to still play the perfect role of the perfect little student council president. Meanwhile, you have all this guilt on the back of your mind.
I mean, it's kind of funny at the same time because it could have been way worse. Because that kind of seems like a thing that Malleus would do, but in reality, that seems like something that Idia would do.
It seems very like psychological torment, which is kind of Idia's.
It's kind of Idia's thing because
ballpark.
of book 6, like all the crap that he did in book 6. But no, basically it ends up with everyone just resting for the day because the ball, because
they still want to have the masquerade at the end, as per Malleus is like begging.
He's like, please,
like he's like the one thing that he wanted to do. So yeah, everybody comes back to that ballroom where the chandelier had fallen and the whole place was like destroyed
because of the massive hole. But however, Rollo fixed it all by himself, so he had to have used magic, right?
You would think so, but yeah, he actually volunteered to
fix it up,
to go and fix it up. Because he's back to playing, the perfect little student council president, despite all of the crap he just caused.
So everyone's like keeping the secret.
well, right, because Malleus directly to the Noble Bell College students was like, yeah, he was there helping us, fight off the fire lotuses. Meanwhile, the other people in the group were like, what are you talking about, Malleus? But then they catch on and they start like talking about it.
Okay, I got you.
And Rollo is like, what the hell is happening? Like why don't you just tell them that I caused all these problems?
Because I like tormenting you like this. It's funny.
Right.
This is what you get for personally inviting me and wanting to take away all my magic.
And then what's funny about this is because Train is such an old man, they let him sleep. And, like, everybody's like, should we wake him for the ball? And they're like, no, we're just let him sleep.
Just let the man sleep. If he wants to wake up and come, that's on him.
And he comes back later and he's like, you guys planned a party and without me kind of thing? Like, I wasn't here for it.
In their defense, he is kind of old and he was waiting for a hot
minute. He really hurt his back.
But, like, he was kind of like, he kind of like showed up for like a lot of it. Because, like, in a lot of events with like the teachers, we don't get a lot. We don't get a lot of Train. We get Crowley. There's an event with Cruel. Obviously, Sam is in a few of them, especially in the Fairy Gala. He made a decent. Role.
Sam's also in a lot of the Beans Fest ones.
Yeah, and the Bean Fest ones too. Ashton is also a part. I think part of the
Beans Fest.
Bean Fest, and also the camping one.
Oh yeah, the training camp.
The training camp one, and also like,
Cruel is the big character in the Fairy Gala because he makes all their outfits and stuff.
And also like helping Vil with like training some of them too.
Right.
And Crowley is Crowley.
Right. So
we don't get a lot with Train. So it's like this was a really good one, and it gives us a bit more insight on his character
and his backstory a little bit more. But so this ball starts taking place, right, and everybody's avoiding Malleus because, that's what they do. He's a prince. He's powerful. He's intimidating.
He has horns.
Like, so Malleus came up with this idea way back before they actually came to the city. And you get a little bit of this backstory when you read the Malleus cards.
The
Vignette story. And how he wanted to give them a gift for personally inviting him. And also as a way for him to hopefully mingle a little more and people will be not as afraid of him. So he, Idia and Azul specifically, but
they all participated.
Yes, everyone participates.
You think Vil helped?
Probably.
Vil and Cruel?
Probably. But basically they performed this song
called Make a Wish.
Right. And it was Lilia who was like, oh, this is a song that is, popular with the locals and they'll really appreciate it. It's kind of like a legend song, if that makes sense, or like folklore.
Yeah, and it was something about the kindly time, like bell ringer, aka Quasimodo.
Yes,
wanting to be out there with the people and everything. It's kind of like his song Out There, but a mix with like a couple other songs as well.
Right.
Because I saw on Reddit people were trying to figure out what the song is kind of inspo by. Because this isn't like Nisha's song in book 5. We don't get that in the English servers, by the way. Like contracts.
Yeah.
Where it was actually basically Hi Ho from Snow White. This was like in a fully original song, like all the other ones, but like keep in mind, a lot of the music, like background music you do here, is based off of music from the movie, from Hunchback. So that was pretty interesting as well.
That was cool.
We did get a couple other nods, like we got a little puppet in there that looked like the puppet from the movie as well.
I don't remember that.
I do remember that, but besides the point.
But they perform this big grand song,
which is a twist tune.
Which is a twist tune. It's one of the rhythmic game aspects of it that I absolutely despise.
I love it. I love that song, but like it stressed me out.
Right, like I love the songs, but I don't like the twist tunes because they are hard for me.
And also like they are a bit like off time as well.
That
also
is true.
There was also the little wooden dolls as well. I forgot.
Oh yes. But basically they sing this song as a gift and like appreciative for being invited. And then, you know, poor Malleus that kept getting avoided, once the song was over, people actually approached him and were like, oh, you know, thank you for the song. It was beautiful. Like, thanks for gracing us with your presence, Sir Malleus kind of vibes.
But then Malleus goes to Rolo and was like, can I have this dance?
Yes. Malleus is having fun. He does eventually also ask our player to dance as well. I don't remember if that was specifically in the event or if that was specifically in his.
I think it was in
his
event.
Card.
It was in
story.
It was in the event. I think Sebek was like no.
Yeah,
I love Sebek. A lot of people don't like him, but I like him. He's kind of a dork.
But people still are avoiding Malleus. Like the people that come up to him and like thank him. One of them dead ass just ran away after they were like, thanks for the song.
Oh, and then Sebek, like I think it was Jamil that convinced Sebek to go talk to those guys and basically ramble about Malleus for like an hour.
Yep.
It was kind of funny. You had to be there to see it, but it was kind of funny. But he's just a massive dork. And it was like, I love him so much. Not a lot of people like him.
I don't really like Sebek a lot just because he kind of annoys me with how obsessed with Malleus he is.
We're all obsessed over something, okay?
I know.
And it's like, I like him though. He's a dork. He's a dork and I love him. Anyways, so basically, that's how we basically finish off the event. However, at the end, I do have this screenshotted somewhere. Hold on. Basically, it ends off going over the entire map of the thing. Like, a map of the entire, like, little thing where you would see in the, not the culinary crucible. Why am I saying culinary crucible? Sorry. Anyways, ends up saying the, like, basically entire map for the crafters thing.
Crafter's Gauntlet.
Yeah.
It's in the dormitory part of the game.
So yeah, we got a little girl in Chenya, by the way. Because head.
Oh yeah.
Because that's like Chenya's whole thing and everyone's spooked.
The Cheshire Cat.
And we forgot to mention that before they performed the song, like at the beginning of the masquerade, the Night Raven College students get spotlighted.
Oh right, as like the heroes.
And then I have the screenshot of Grim being like, yeah, I'm a hero!
And Edie is cowering as they, like, spotlight him. Because keep in mind, he not only is at a social event, but he spent the entire day running. Man never leaves his room. Like,
he's such an introvert.
He's not okay.
Also, by the way, during the ball, we do get a little bit of an internal monologue from Rolo. I have this whole thing screenshotted, by the way. So he's like, want to know why I love magic so much? Because you have so much fun. Because you have so much fun when I use it. I want us to have lots of fun together always. Promise me we will, Rolo. And we find out that's actually his brother saying it.
Yes, because his brother was waiting for Rolo's magic to develop. Yeah, when he died.
And then Train does come at the end of around the end of the ball and was like, "Hey, can we like film this?" Like, player character, can you film this for the Night Raven College students? I think that would be really cool. And then this is what I was talking about with the end, with the text. It kind of reminds me of the
end of the movie. Yes.
But we should also talk about another thing: the specific cards you get after you finish each book.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think it was you get Riddle first. No, wait, you get Ruggy first, and then Riddle,
Yes.
and
Then
you-
Rook.
and then Rook, and then you get
Deuce was last.
Deuce, and then Silver, I think, as well.
I don't-
Hold on,
I
I'm
don't
getting my
remember
phone,
getting
guys.
a silver card,
I
but
got Silver.
essentially, essentially these are the cards you get from just completing the event rather than literally.
Hold on, I'm getting my phone, guys.
Yeah, hold on there, guys. Hold on there.
Hey,
Oh.
Jake, get out of here.
Events
rather than- Jake,
Yeah, hold on there, guys. Hold on there. What? Hello?
Jake, get out of here. It's ain't about you.
Anyone hear me over there?
Yeah, I can hear you, so I'm telling you to get out.
Okay, I guess I'm on mute now. I'm gonna leave before this gets awkward.
Yeah, we'll talk later. Okay, bye. Anyways, hold on, I'm pulling up my screenshots. I should really put this in a folder. I feel like that would make my life easier.
But essentially, these are the cards that you'll get that you don't have to play Gotcha Hell to have, and you simply just have to complete the event to be like gifted these cards.
Yes. But the ones that you have to do the gotcha pulls for, they went to 3 different intervals. So the first one was Azul and Apple. I got Apple, but I did not get Azul, unfortunately.
So actually, before Richter got Apple, we didn't know. So basically, we were both saving up for the Malleus card, and these cards came in waves. So we both pulled a little bit for Edia's card, but
and
we're like,
I also pulled for Azul's because I want an Apple. Okay. Cool. We'll finish up soon. But we're almost done, I feel like. We're just gonna get some last final things out.
but these card banners would go away, and so we wanted to save our keys for the Malleus cards. But little did we know that they would rerun the cards at the end of the event, allowing people who missed their chance to get the first ones a
To
chance
get it
again.
again.
So despite saving for Malleus, we were able to pull back for Apple or for Edia.
Or for Sebek or Sebek or Jamil, because it was Azul and Apple, then Idia and Sebek, and then it was Malleus and Jamil, which I got
Yes.
mostly all of the cards besides Azul and Idia, unfortunately.
Azul and Apple were the only cards that I did not get, because that was the only banner that I did not pull on even once.
Fair enough. Anyways, do you want to quickly say what you liked and what you didn't like about this before we have to wrap up for the night?
Basically, I just loved the outfits. You know, the character cards are beautiful, and I think the outfits are super cute and fun. And I liked that we got some new characters in it.
Oh, screw off, Vince. Fuck Rolo. Anyways, I can agree. I do like that this was more battle heavy than
Twist Tune.
Twist Tune, because it was kind of like the Phantom Bride as well, but more. Also the outfits are great. I love a lot of the character moments as well that we got. I also got to see Malleus be mad for once.
We don't have a lot of Malleus stuff in the game.
Or
This
just
was
general.
really, in general, this was really like his first big event.
Because he never gets invited to things.
Yes.
Yeah, but I didn't really care for the Twist Tunes, even though I love the songs, you know. So, other than that, I think it's just one of those things with the Twist Tunes that for the English servers, they're never sometimes they're not on time with the music or the beats, so it's kind of bothers me. But also, I didn't like the consistent amount of battles we had to do, and I did not like having to do all those lessons.
The lessons were annoying, but I didn't mind the battles that much.
Yeah, the battles are fine, but the lessons were a pain.
Yeah.
So, other than that, fun fact, you can still play all the Twist Tunes from past events and such if you have played them, by the way.
Yes.
So I can play Make a Wish as many times as I want.
because it's a good song.
It's great. If the Twisted Wonderland songs get on Spotify, you know damn well what I'm doing. But yeah, is that all that we have?
Yeah.
I mean, basically. Let me just text Cryptid that we are saying our goodbyes. So I'm gonna just plug in all the socials real quick so that we can. But hopefully you enjoyed my second live stream hosting thing. Thank you, Ashley, for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Unfortunately, we couldn't have a third person in my friend Ariel because she's also a big Twisted Wonderland fan as well.
Aw.
Busy, unfortunately. But
Yes.
anyways, I'm going to be plugging in the socials in a hot minute after I type Cryptid. Cryptid, we're saying the socials. We saying socials and goodbyes. Goodbyes. Thank you. So stay alert. Okay. Sorry. So I'm gonna plug in the socials real quick. If you want to, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because this is where you get all the videos because we do not post on Spotify, unfortunately. You can also follow us on Twitter at Comic Phanatic 69. We do post things on there sometimes. That's where most of our updates are going to be. And if you want to follow the Instagrams at Comic Phanatic 2.0, yes, I run both of those accounts.
Woo!
Yay! If you want to follow me personally, you can follow me at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U on Twitter. I'm not changing that. Get over it. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at witch_of_Jotunheim. And also play Twisted Wonderland because I said so.
And it's great.
And if you want to say your socials,
you can follow me at basically my Instagram, my TikTok. All of it is just Trashly because why not? _cos.
COS.
Yes. Short for cosplay.
Yes. Hopefully in the future we will be getting some cool Glorious Masquerade cosplays. Maybe we're probably gonna be sharing them because we basically fit into each other.
They're expensive.
They're expensive, and we can. Anyways, goodbye. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys on Monday. Yeah, Cryptid, end the live, please. Goodbye.